Welcome to Daniel J. Layton.
No, hold on.
What?
Welcome to Daniel J. Layton. I missed you like the first time.
It's midnight. We thought we'd do a little video.
I have a blankie. Dodie's asleep though.
Dodie's asleep in the next room. So is her spot.
Dodie and Jason are all cuddled up. Jason is her spot. To be perfectly clear. Can I open a window?
Yeah.
Do you think all the creepy crawlies are going to come in? The
What do you
size
think?
of the fucking daddy long legs in my bathroom tonight.
Oh, they are a
Okay,
beast.
Jack, get rid of it.
They're flying spiders, but I can handle
They're
it.
flying spiders. And Jack's like, what's your fucking problem? I'm like, I went into the loo,
Yeah?
massive daddy long legs, couldn't even finish my pee, which, by the way, stopping mid-flow is awful.
Difficult.
I ran back out, I was like, size of that spider, and Jack was like, oh yeah, I saw that. Let me go in
It's
there.
when they're going against a wall or a mirror and they're just like...
That's what it was, he was flying against the ceiling.
I thought, because we both do monthly vlogs, it would be interesting for us to have a little chat about what that's like. Because halfway through the year, my first year of doing it, your second.
I don't know why they didn't choose this topic for my channel now. What we've just made for mine is
A clusterfuck.
steaming pile of shit.
I went on Twitter and I said, have you got any burning questions about what it's like to do monthly vlogs? Because we're both here and we might as well.
Sure fuck it, when you're out, you're out.
Do you ever just look back a bit and think, why?
Do I ever look back and think, why?
Yeah. Do you ever get to a point when you're editing a month and you're just like, what am I doing with this project?
Oh, I thought they meant look back at older, because 8 months of last
quite
year was
possibly.
spent with a man who
But
I didn't stay with.
But like, you're documenting your life. And
Yeah,
that was a part of your
sure.
life.
Yeah,
It's
but I
like,
can't watch them now.
can you not watch them at all?
No, not really.
That's interesting. Do you think there'll ever be a point where you can?
Maybe.
Really? You're not sure?
Yeah, genuinely.
Wow. Why is that?
Oh, it's still pretty raw. Still pretty raw. It's also watching me in in the months running up to the end of a relationship, which
Trying
are
to-
never the best months of a relationship.
No. How much footage do you usually accumulate through the month?
Too fucking much.
Too fucking little. There are times when I'm like, oh, I'm having such a great time. Shit, I should have filmed that.
I've always felt like I had a decent amount of footage every
Right.
month. If anything, it's the months that I feel like I have too much.
Right.
One episode ended up being like 40 minutes long, and I'm in December. And then there's the question of like, should you cut out more? Should I include this? Is this interesting for people? And I have to keep reminding myself it's ultimately for me as much as it is for anyone else. I think definitely in the very first few, it just felt a bit more forced. I wasn't that aware of how I was going to put together like montages or just film quick random clips. I think I felt like everything had to be very ordered
Right.
and everything had to have a segue.
Yeah.
So it was always, hi, this is what I'm doing today. I was telling instead of showing.
Yeah.
Whereas
totally.
now, I just whack out the camera and I run all the segments together and it just kind of flows somehow.
Yeah. For me, it's usually, if you put everything together, it would probably be about half an hour of footage, pure footage. Yeah, it's that little. When I do mine, I essentially host it. I've got those little vlog
Yeah, I
parts
like
in
that.
between.
Yeah.
So I know that I can somehow make something out of it. And it's funny how now I look at things and I'm like, I know this will be a montage. In January, I just filmed stuff and figured it out.
You do, you start to think about it more.
How do you remember to actually film things? I always get caught up in what I'm doing and I forget. Sometimes you know, so we just did a series of gigs for Dodie and I knew I'm going to film at least one of these nights. Sometimes you're at a restaurant and you're like, oh shit, would have been nice to remember this. But how do you cross that line of like, so sometimes I'm like, I'm just at a restaurant with my friends and I'd like to leave it as that?
Oh, absolutely. You have to get the balance right. And this is true of anyone, literally anyone these days, I think, who has a fucking phone. The instinct is to take a photo of everything, or a video, or a Snapchat, or a tweet. That's a huge thing that everyone is encountering, not just people who are vlogging.
I like the idea of looking back at these memories, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm doing this project.
Yeah.
So that at some point I love watching my old home videos when I go home with my mum, especially because I live far away from my family. You will have the same thing. You want to remember things, and like you don't want to film it so much that you're not actually present.
Again, it's a thing that you just get better at. A lot of the time, we're just hanging out in my apartment, for example, and we're cooking dinner, and I think this is a fun moment I'm having with my friends, and this is the thing I'm going to want to look back on. Like, these are the moments. You know, when you look back at family photos, and the best ones are in your living room in like 1980 whatever, and the wallpaper's awful, and
No,
there's-
you're old.
sure, as opposed to by the pool in some random resort in Spain, because they all look the fucking same.
Yeah.
So which is why I vlog so much at home or when we're just hanging out, because I think those moments are lovely and I want to capture them. That said, if I'm like going to playlist, that's the thing people are going to want to see. It's a little bit different, and we go out to like Universal for the evening, and I think, oh, this is the thing I should vlog. Right. If I just capture a bit here and a bit there and a bit there, that's enough to make a montage, and I can put the camera away.
When you film something like, so in April, Dodie's birthday, and you put the camera up there, do you ever feel like that becomes a performance? You must be conscious that the camera's there.
You're conscious of it, but no more than you are another human in the room, and that's how I treat the camera. It's like another friend who's there, and that human might be future Hazel, who's watching this, or it might be any one of the people at home, it might be my friends or my mother. I guess you're performing, but no more than you would to a friend in the room. Like, I look at that, and I look at us on camera and us off camera, and I don't see a difference. Maybe other people would.
I see Dodie in her vulnerable moments, but I also see her the second the camera turns on, she lights up and it becomes Dot Loddle. And Dot Loddle and Dodie aren't different, but Dot Loddle is more like ready for camera.
The last night, for example, we were at Dodie's gig. I was feeling like a bit insecure and self-conscious and stuff, and tired and just, and like I was trying to go home to bed. I was kind of in that mode of being quite inward. The gig ended, I turned to leave, and a girl stopped me to ask for a photo, which was fine, we did that. And literally the next second I looked up and there was a queue of about more than 100 people. There wasn't a moment when I decided, gotta switch on Hazel Hayes now. It just happened naturally because I was in charge. There was people who aren't privy to the sad little Hazel I'd been before, and who genuinely kind of brightened me up a little bit, and I just did the whole thing and was really happy with all of them. And actually, when it was all over, I didn't revert into myself. I stayed in that mode. But I don't treat the camera like a friend that I would call at 4 a.m. when I'm having a panic attack.
How do you broach?
This is just Dan asks Hazel for advice.
Yeah, I'm looking at you to help me.
Did you read the camera? Do you want me to make it?
Oh no, the battery. Oh no.
Oh no. Keep going.
So there are people who aren't involved in YouTube. So when you film YouTubers, they tend to perform, they tend to get ready and go on YouTube mode, and then vlogging is normal. How do you broach it with people who aren't, like family members or friends? I was walking around Regent's Park with my friend earlier on and thinking, oh, it'd be lovely to remember this day, but you aren't a vlogger.
Do you know what to ask?
I don't know, I didn't.
Like anyone I'm friends with who I would want to film around generally understands who I am and what I do. I tend not to do it around family that much. My mother loves it, so that's fine. But then there's times of the day we'll be having a chat and I'll take the camera out and she'll be like, oh. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. Like even if you're a YouTuber, sometimes you're not in the mood to be filmed, and you just read that and go, yeah, sorry, I'll put it over.
I filmed a little bit when I went home to my family. I didn't know where it would fit into a vlog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with my family now, and that's it. I don't want to film the conversation I'm having with my mum.
I think the other thing is people get more used to it as well, and when they see what you're making, it puts them at ease. Because obviously my sister and brothers and their respective partners have kids, and there's whole families involved, and it's like, what's Hazel doing with the camera, and is this going on the internet? And there's some concerns about that, which are totally valid, having seen Time of the Month. My two sister-in-laws actually have sent messages at one point and they're saying, oh Hazel, I cried over that montage. Like, it's the way it's put together. So, you know,
I guess it's their memory.
Yeah, well. They're like, it's going to be so nice one day to look back on this, and like we generally don't have someone filming this stuff. We've loads of photos, but we've no footage of them. My
friend who I was with today made a jokey comment about how when she watches my stuff, she sees all of my friends whip out their cameras. And yeah, it can look really narcissistic. The reason I'm doing this is to remember and to 2, 3, 4 years down the line look back and go, do you remember that day? That was nice.
I'm thinking 20, 30, 40 years down.
Yeah.
I've had it a million times where you feel like I'm being such a dickhead. Here we are enjoying this lovely moment and I'm whipping out a camera, and it is narcissistic and it can feel really fucking self-involved, and you ask yourself, am I a twit? Like, what am I doing? I have to push past it and go, no, I've made a whole year of these and I know how proud I feel of them, and I know that in order to get to that, like, it's kind of needs must, you know, like at the end justifies the means, and it's like, no, in order to make the thing I want to make and to persevere with this project, I have to get the footage, and if that's how it looks in the moment, then that's unfortunate, but that's not how it's intended.
Yeah, hi, sorry about that, rookie mistake. I'll not do it again. If you want to see more of that kind of conversation though, leave a comment in the description. We'll see if we can get around to it. And I'm sure if Hazel were here, she'd say something like, Begorra and bejesus, Daniel, how could you be so stupid as to forget to charge the battery? Anyway, come here and I tell you, go subscribe to my channel to see the content we made there. It's chewings and... Thanks for watching. Was it realistic?